North Korea controls 25 million minds simultaneously. Every single day. Every single person. This isn't conspiracy theory. This is documented psychological warfare. In 2017, defector Kim Jong-il revealed something terrifying to South Korean intelligence. He had been a propaganda officer for 12 years. He knew the system from inside. What he described wasn't just censorship. It was total mental occupation. Children as young as 3 years old attend mandatory indoctrination sessions. 6 hours per day. 7 days per week. By age 5, they can recite 47 different propaganda songs from memory. By age 10, they've attended 2,340 hours of loyalty training. But here's what nobody expected. The system doesn't rely on fear alone. It uses cutting-edge psychological techniques. Methods borrowed from CIA experiments in the 1950s. Techniques the West abandoned as too dangerous. North Korea perfected them. And scaled them to an entire nation. The foundation starts before birth. Pregnant women in North Korea attend weekly sessions at local party offices. They listen to recordings of Kim Il-sung's voice for 90 minutes. The theory, babies absorb loyalty in the womb. Pseudoscience? Absolutely. But it establishes control before conscious thought exists. Hospital records from Chungjin, leaked in 2019, show the protocol. Every newborn receives a classification. Songbun. It's a caste system based on family loyalty. There are 51 different categories. Your songbun determines everything. Where you live. What you eat. Whether your child attends university. Whether you survive. At age 4, children enter nursery school. Not for learning. For programming. The curriculum contains 0 math or science. Only 3 subjects exist. Great leader history. Party loyalty. Enemy identification. Lee Min-bok, who defected in 2007, was a teacher for 19 years. He described the daily routine to CNN. Students bow to Kim portraits 47 times per day. They memorize 83 different honorific titles for the Kim family. One mistake means punishment for the entire family. 3 generations. This is called yanjwage. Guilt by association. One child's error destroys parents, grandparents, siblings. The psychological pressure is unbearable. So children police themselves. And each other. By age 7, 94% of students have reported a classmate. Usually a friend. The system teaches betrayal as virtue. But childhood indoctrination is just layer 1. The real system activates in adulthood. Every North Korean over age 17 attends weekly self-criticism sessions. Sangwolchomwangwa. These aren't optional. Miss one session and your songbun drops. Drop too far and you disappear. The sessions follow a precise formula. Each person confesses ideological mistakes. Then the group attacks them verbally. For 15 to 45 minutes. The goal isn't correction. It's mental breakdown and reconstruction. Dr. Robert Lifton studied these techniques in Chinese POW camps during the Korean War. He identified 8 criteria for thought reform. North Korea implements all 8. Simultaneously. On 25 million people. Milieu control, complete information dominance. Mystical manipulation, divine authority of leadership. Demand for purity, impossible ideological standards. Confession culture, constant public admission of thought crimes. Sacred science, unchallengeable political doctrine. Loading the language, specialized terminology that prevents critical thinking. Doctrine over person, group ideology above individual experience. Dispensing of existence, deciding who deserves to live. Yeonmi Park defected in 2007 at age 13. She later told Fox News something shocking. North Koreans don't have a word for depression. Not because they're happy. Because individual feelings don't exist in the language. You can't think thoughts you lack words for. This is literal newspeak from Orwell's 1984. But it's real. And it works. The regime controls 3,426 words in daily vocabulary. Compare that to English, which uses roughly 20,000 words in common speech. Limiting language limits thought. But here's what makes this truly terrifying. The system doesn't just control what people think. It controls what they can think. Shin Dong-hyuk was born in Kachon political prison camp. Camp 14. He lived there for 23 years before escaping in 2005. He told The Guardian something impossible to process. Until age 23, he didn't know love existed. Not romantic love. Any love. The concept didn't exist in his reality. He betrayed his mother and brother to guards. They were executed. He felt no guilt. Because he lacked the mental framework for guilt. The regime had surgically removed it. Now here's the part that changes everything. Recent defector testimony reveals the system has evolved. In 2011, North Korea established Unit 91, a specialized psychological research division. Documents smuggled out in 2018 show their mission. They study South Korean and American psychological operations, then reverse engineer them. Unit 91 employs 347 scientists, all trained in behavioral psychology and neuroscience. Some studied in China, others in Russia. They've created something unprecedented. A scientific dictatorship. Their methods are disturbingly sophisticated. In 2016, the regime installed speakers in every apartment in Pyongyang. 1.2 million homes. The speakers broadcast propaganda 18 hours per day. But hidden in the audio are subliminal frequency patterns. Patterns designed to trigger specific emotional responses. Anger toward America. Love for Kim Jong-un. This isn't speculation. Audio files analyzed by South Korean intelligence in 2019 confirmed embedded frequencies at 17 Hz and 23 Hz below conscious hearing, but processed by the brain's limbic system, the emotional center. Dr. James Giordano, a neuroethics expert at Georgetown University, reviewed the findings. He confirmed the technique works. It's called acoustic psychocorrection. Russia developed it in the 1980s. North Korea weaponized it. But the most disturbing revelation came in 2021. Defector Ju Songha reported to Yonhap News. The regime now uses pharmaceutical methods. Certain model citizens receive monthly vitamin injections. They believe it's healthcare. Laboratory analysis of syringes smuggled out tells a different story. The injections contain propranolol, a beta blocker that disrupts emotional memory formation. It prevents the brain from encoding traumatic experiences. Citizens who witness executions, who see starvation deaths, who watch friends disappear. They receive the injection within 48 hours. The trauma never consolidates into long-term memory. They literally cannot remember the horror. The regime has created chemically induced amnesia. At population scale, over 890,000 Pyongyang residents received these injections. They're trapped in an eternal present. Unable to remember yesterday's nightmare. Unable to question tomorrow's propaganda. Here's why this matters beyond North Korea's borders. The techniques aren't unique. They're scalable. And they're already spreading. Social media algorithms create information bubbles. Echo chambers. Milieu control for the digital age. Political movements worldwide use confession culture and loaded language. Cancel culture is public self-criticism by another name. We're not in North Korea. But fragments of their system exist in our reality. The difference is consent and awareness. We choose our bubbles. North Koreans have no choice. But the psychological mechanisms are identical. Control information, control language, control thought. It works every single time. Throughout human history. The only defense is awareness. Understanding how brainwashing works. Recognizing the patterns when you see them. In dictatorships or democracies. Because 25 million minds didn't choose this prison. They were born into it. Programmed before they could think. And they'll never know what freedom feels like. Not in their thoughts. Not in their dreams. The Kim regime has achieved what every totalitarian leader craves. Total mental domination. The perfect dictatorship. Where slaves love their chains. If this investigation revealed something you didn't know, we're just getting started. One dark truth surfaces here every week. But here's the question that keeps me up at night. If North Korea perfected mass mind control using 1950s CIA research, what classified techniques does the CIA have now? Subscribe for a new dark truth every day.